Hello and welcome to episode number 4 of The Checkdown, the Kevin Cobb episode, brought to you by The Painted Lines. I'm your host Shane Half, and you can follow me on Twitter at @halfandhalf_TPL. Make sure you also follow The Painted Lines account at The Painted Lines. So let's get into it. 2 pieces of Eagles news that I want to talk about briefly today. The first is multiple veteran players for the Eagles speaking out in support of Carson Wentz. These players include Miles Sanders, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, and most notably, Jason Kelce. Miles Sanders came out and said that it's, quote, messed up that Wentz is taking the blame for the offense. And he said, quote, I've told him every day since Monday I've got his back. Fletcher Cox made waves when he liked a tweet online suggesting that Wentz should be the starter, and when asked about it, he didn't back off, he doubled down and he said, my tweet is my tweet, and I'll stand by it. And then finally, you had Jason Kelce, who stepped up and he said, quote, you feel bad that he, talking about Wentz, is the sole one taking the hit right now. The entire offense has been terrible. The offensive line, the running backs, the wide receivers, the coaches, everybody shares blame. Perhaps this puts to bed the report of Wentz being a bad teammate that's not liked behind closed doors. I mean, Wentz has played terribly this year. And so the fact that prominent players, especially prominent offensive players, are stepping up and saying, we bear a responsibility in this. It says something for the system of accountability in the locker room and the fact that Wentz is liked as a leader on this team. Now, Wentz has handled this thing well so far. He supported Jalen Hurts publicly. You saw him clapping on the sideline when Hurts threw his touchdown pass. When asked about it, he supported Jalen Hurts. And there's reports that he's working really hard in practice this week, playing the Taysom Hill role for the scout team to help the defense get ready. And so Wentz is doing and saying the right things publicly. But you can't help but wonder if there could be a locker room split coming over this issue, particularly if Jalen Hurts doesn't play well on Sunday. If there's one person who knows how to handle a potentially explosive situation surrounding quarterbacks in the locker room, it is head coach Doug Peterson, who has been here before, navigating the switch back and forth between Carson Wentz and Nick Foles. But it is something to keep your eye on as the rest of the season unfolds. Now, the other bit of breaking news just came out today, and that is a report that Jason Peters is having season-ending toe surgery. And this will bring to the end not only his season, but likely his career in Philadelphia. And it's a career that has taken a turn for the worse at the end of this season. Had Jason Peters rode off into the sunset last offseason, he would have been remembered as an all-time Eagles great. And he probably still will. But he's done lasting damage to his legacy in the way he's handled this whole season, holding out for more money to move to left tackle, playing as poorly as he has, looking apathetic at times, and now ending the season injured. But ultimately, this is good news for the team, who will see Nate Herbig step in at right guard. And so your offensive line for this week should be Jordan Mailata at left tackle, Isaac Seumalo at left guard, Jason Kelce at center, Nate Herbig at right guard, and Jack Driscoll at right tackle. And this is a good thing to give the opportunity to see some of these young guys in action. Jordan Mailata has looked really good at left tackle in times this season and could potentially challenge Andre Dillard for the left tackle role next year. And Nate Herbig has far outplayed Jason Peters at right guard. In 408 passing snaps, Nate Herbig has only allowed 2 sacks, which is the same number that Jason Peters allowed in 77 passing snaps. And so not only is it a short-term upgrade, but Herbig has at least the potential to be a right guard of the future. Now, I don't think that he's probably a guy you want starting, but he can at least continue to get experience to hopefully become a backup swing guard for the Philadelphia Eagles. And then you have Jack Driscoll, who is spelling Lane Johnson. And let's be honest, Lane Johnson has been banged up over the last several years. And as always, he's one drug-related suspension away from missing 2 seasons. And so developing right tackle talent behind Lane Johnson is also a high priority. And so this bodes well for both the short and the long term for the Eagles offensive line. Well, that's going to do it for the Kevin Cobb episode number 4 of The Checkdown. Make sure you subscribe here on YouTube so you don't miss the next episode. And drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Does this Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts situation, does it have the potential to blow up this locker room? Let me know what you think down below.